Hello everyone, and welcome to our Heart Healthy video series. I'm Kate Collings. I'm a cardiologist and lifestyle medicine physician with El Camino Health.
And I'm Jacques Wilson, the executive chef at El Camino Health.
So what we're making today is mushroom matar and raita, which is a condiment. And I think we're going to start with the raita.
That's correct. We are going to start with the raita.
Great. So raita is a popular condiment in Indian cuisine. It's typically used as a side dish and to temper spicy heat. But it also really works well as a dip. It's very versatile.
Yes, it is. And the first item we're going to use is the oil. We're going to pour the oil in a hot pan. Next, we're going to add mustard seeds.
The beginning of the amazingly flavorful, spicy Indian dishes.
And you want to continue to almost toast these till they start popping. And next, we're going to add the chili flakes.
Okay, chili flakes.
The next item we're going to add will be ginger.
So a very typical Indian spice profile, I think.
Yes, it is. Next item, we're going to add the zucchini.
So I think raita is typically made with cucumber, but we adapted today to try a different vegetable. Zucchini is particularly beneficial because it's high in calcium and it's high in iron, which is unusual for a vegetable. It really brings out the food as medicine theme.
And you don't want to cook this too much. And now we're going to place it in the bowl as it cools.
Okay, and what's the next step?
Next, the base for the raita.
Okay.
First, we need a blender. You have to have a high-speed blender, such as a Vitamix, a Waring, or Blendtec, and you want to be able to blend everything thoroughly. So first, we're going to add the soy milk.
Why do you add the soy milk first?
Because you want the liquid on the bottom, opposed to adding the tofu, because the tofu will stick to the blades.
Okay, great. And next is the tofu?
Tofu's next.
Okay, great.
And then we'll add the lemon.
Okay.
And then we're going to put it in the blender, and we're going to start slow and work our way upwards.
Great. Think that's good? Okay.
So you can see how thick it is, and you want to be able to take it out with a spatula.
Looks just like yogurt to me.
It does. Now we're going to fold it all together, and place it in a nice looking bowl. And doctor, what are we going to top this with?
We've got some toasted ground cumin to give it that extra touch and dress it up. So now's our chance to make the main dish, mushroom
matar.
matar.
Sounds great. Okay.
How are we going to start, Chef John?
First of all, we're going to start off with the onions. We're going to add the onions to the pan.
And I notice you don't have any oil.
We want to eliminate the oil and use just dry heat to get a nice brown with these two items here.
Okay.
We're going to add garlic and continue to cook.
How long do you need to cook those?
You just want to cook them 3 to 5 minutes while they soften up and get a little bit of edge to them, brown edge to them.
So a little bit of the caramelizing?
That's correct.
Excellent. Great. I can already smell them.
I know.
So this is sort of the base for all traditional cuisines of all different ethnicities. Yeah, it's just a common theme to start with that onion and garlic.
This is just about softened for us.
And Chef, is it time to add the tomatoes?
Time to add the tomatoes.
Not too soon? Okay.
Not too soon. Getting a little steam off of the veggies that are in there.
Okay, now we've got this traditional base, the onions, the garlic, the tomato.
Okay.
And now we're going to make it Indian.
I'm ready for it.
Okay, so we've got some great Indian spices here, some ground cumin.
Okay.
And ground coriander.
Wow, this smells great.
Some cayenne, so
get a little spice.
Add the spice. Got to have that spice.
This is really smelling good. The flavors are really coming together here.
And then turmeric, which is, really the latest craze in terms of its anti-inflammatory factors. So just lots of great things in here. And then this extremely unusual spice called fenugreek.
Fenugreek, okay.
What other cuisines use fenugreek?
You'll see it in Persian food. You'll see it in Turkish foods. Basically food of the Mediterranean and the Persian Gulf.
Well, that's smelling great.
It is.
How long do we need to cook
This is going to need to cook for about 5 minutes. And we're going to have to put a lid on it.
Okay, so the lid goes on. Excellent. Sure it's going to look different when we come back.
I'm sure it will. Wow, that looks great. Now we need to add the cashews. We're adding the cashews to soften them up.
We're using cashews in this recipe as a healthy whole food fat.
Okay.
And swapping it out to get that same creaminess when we blend it as we would in a less healthy saturated fat, often used for the cream sauces.
This really looks good.
So we also have an opportunity sometimes to use cashews to make even something like a whipped cream equivalent by using and adding a sweetness to them and creating a cream in that same way.
Okay.
So we get a healthy sweet cream as well.
That sounds great. Doc, I need your help here to
Okay.
pour this in the bowl to allow it to cool.
Okay. So now we're ready to go on to the mushroom. This is a great recipe because it's a single pan and a single blender. Are you ready for those mushrooms?
We're ready for the mushrooms.
Okay.
And once again, it's going to be a dry saute.
Essentially a no oil recipe. So for people who might be interested in weight loss or people that might be interested in a very low fat diet for heart healthy reasons, we can get all the flavor out of this traditional Indian dish without the added oils. Mushrooms are, part of the fungi class, not technically a vegetable. Many powerful anti-inflammatory values to them. They also uniquely have the amino acid glutamate. That creates this savoriness, which is oftentimes referred to by you chefs as umami, right?
Exactly.
So it creates that savory taste that we often equate with meatiness.
Okay. I think we can almost add the garbanzo beans.
So getting those garbanzos in there while you still can get the mushroom flavor.
Okay. This is going to need to cook for an additional 5 minutes
Okay.
to allow the mushrooms to create its own juices and the flavor of the mushrooms combined with the garbanzo bean. So what are we going to do here, Doc?
We're going to put all that stuff in the blender.
Okay.
And then we're going to add a cup of cold water because that's going to help the cashews to blend. Here we go. Ready?
Add the peas. So we're just going to combine these two together. Wow, what a creamy sauce.
Just as creamy as you'd get in a cream-based sauce.
What do you normally serve this with, Doc?
We're serving it today with brown rice, which is so easy. Many people make it themselves, but you can also get it in the freezer and put it in your microwave to do the finishing touches.
Okay, what's the benefit of brown rice versus white rice?
It's that whole grain, and so it's holding in more of the vitamins and minerals and the fiber and the protein. And we need to add a little bit of the gram masala at the last minute,
Okay.
a little bit of sugar, and a pinch of salt to taste, right?
That's correct.
All right, that looks beautiful. You'll find these recipes and more at the El Camino Health website.
The exact ingredients and measurements are there. We hope you like it.
Great job, Chef Jock.
Bon appetit.